Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the I Am Not My Hair podcast. If you don't know, my name is Niyah, and I'm the host of the podcast. Today that I'm filming this, I have had a busy day. Today I woke up and I saw myself on the AMC theaters big screen. Your girl has officially made it into theaters. That was really exciting. That was really an experience because, like, I don't know. I've always grew up wanting to do modeling. I've always grew up wanting to do acting, and to kind of see myself on the big screen, I don't know, like it really kind of did something for the inner child in me, especially because the character that I was in the film was a host. And actually, that's going to bring us into what this episode is about because your girl is hosting her first event. The Niyah Network is hosting an event called the Creator Catalyst. And this has been such a crazy experience. I've been planning and going through the motions and learning about all this stuff since January. Honestly, since the beginning of the year, but I've even thought about it in November and before then because I was having conversations and I was like, I want to like host events. I was talking to my boy Bonnie. Bonnie Visuals was actually also the director of the short film that we were just in. And he was like, I was like, oh, maybe I do something in the summer or like winter or whatever. I feel like I still need to build or whatever. And he was like, honestly, Naya, I think you could do it sooner. And that day is coming up because it's going to be April 2nd in Tampa. It's the very first one. I have some people flying in. I have some people like driving down. Like I have like some people showing up and supporting and obviously the Tampa community. Um, and I'm super excited because I'm going to be able to tell my story. I'm going to be able to cultivate a space for creatives, entrepreneurs, and stuff to connect and come together. And that's really what it's all about. And, as a former perfectionist that's still trying to fully, not let that be a focus of mine, it's been in a way hard because, like, it's like easy to get into that where like it has to be perfect. It has to be like this. It has to be like this. And like, I've been learning while I've been planning is that things come up, bumps in the road happen, and to just do your best and to remain calm. But yeah, like things like happen, bumps in the road happen. But one of my mentors, Jason, he's actually gonna be speaking at my event. He is hosting his own event today that I'm actually gonna be going right after I film this and edit it and get it going for tomorrow. Oh my goodness, y'all. He says, things will happen and, you have to plan for things going wrong because they will go wrong, but you have to remain your cool and you have to, prepare and you have to put out the fires while and look good doing it, basically. Like put out the fires and look good doing it. And that's what I'm learning on my journey of building a brand and building a community. I honestly want to say too that I'm really proud of myself because I took the leap and the jump to do it. And like I've learned so much. Like that's what I really want to talk about is when you set a goal that almost feels non-achievable and you're scared of the goal, those are the type of goals you want because it requires you to grow so much. You have to grow your mind, you have to learn new things, you have to research, and you have to like you literally have to expand mentally. You also have to expand emotionally. Who are you when things go wrong? Like literally the first location that I was going into, like in the date that we were planning to do it, fell through and I had to on the fly get another location. And again, when you've never done it before and you have no social proof, brands, sponsors, everything don't fully understand your idea. And so I've been learning about that. I've been learning about pitching myself. I've been learning about like all of that stuff, bro. And you have to keep grounded. You have to remain grounded in the times and the tribulations because things will happen and you have to also believe in yourself. That's another thing too is like when you have these big goals and when you have these big dreams, you have to like remain confident in yourself. You have to remain like you have to remain strong because also when things are going wrong, I'm always like, should I do this? Like, should I be doing this? Is this too big? Like, am I ready for this? Like, those are the thoughts that are going to come to mind. And so being able to remind yourself of your why is so important. No matter what goal you're doing, you have to remind yourself of your why because things like money and like vanity, like metrics don't hit the same when you're going through some real shit. I don't if I had 10K followers, I would still not be any less stressed. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I feel about it. Like making sure you understand and like, bro, like you have to have that strong why, that burning desire, because if not, it's going to be hard to not be uprooted. And but I think another cool thing in my opinion is when you are going after something so big, seeing yourself grow and seeing yourself handle situations that you might have thought that you weren't ready for. And honestly, this podcast episode is really kind of just on the dome and in the moment because honestly, y'all, I've been so busy with this event and just with content for some of my clients, for my personal brand, personally just meeting up with mentors and things like that. One thing that has really been for me is being consistent. Honestly, again, I'm not getting a million views and stuff like that, but being able to be like, again, I have a podcast and this is the first season and I really like want to capture finding a way to document my journey has really been important. And so that's kind of why like, I don't want to strictly plan out the episodes because I want you guys to feel connected to me and I want you guys to hopefully learn from what I'm going through instead of like always just giving you guys specific lessons, even though I do like that because that's the type of content that I like listening to. But I want to give you guys the content that I feel like was really connected to me because I want you to see my process and my journey. And I think it's important for me too, because I always said I wanted to do this and like looking back and then observing me in that light too has been interesting for me. But yeah, I just want to stay consistent. That's my biggest thing. And I've been realizing since, obviously I'm getting older, like the 20s is truly about figuring it out. And so this first season of the podcast is really about just figuring it out. And honestly, like, especially, I always am really reflective around my birthday. I'm going to try to not make this like a birthday episode. Honestly, let's save that for next episode. Stay tuned. To wrap up this episode, I just want to say that if you are somebody with big dreams and big goals, know that one, it is important to have your why, really understand yourself and understand why you want the things you do, and make sure they're not coming from a place of money or of trying to prove yourself to people. Just have a why and let that why be for you. Number two, do not be a perfectionist when it comes to your goals and your dreams or things you're doing in life because it will only be putting energy into things that do not serve you. When you're trying to be perfect, when you're trying to be liked by everyone, when you are trying to please everyone, you kind of lose the voice inside of your head, which is you and God. You have to understand too that a lot of the times when you're going after these things, you're a beginner, you're a student of the game and you have to accept that. And that's been something I've been accepting. And another thing too is just to be consistent, just to keep showing up for yourself, for your goals, for your dreams, for whatever it is. And I know sometimes it's frustrating when life be life in, when you have the goals you do and you have to clock in, you have the goals that you do and this bill comes up, you have this goal and then something happens with your car. Like sometimes life be life in, but it's how you navigate through that. And honestly, like I've been realizing as I've been building a brand, the brand has been building me. And that in itself is a blessing because I'm not going to lie, I feel like this is my most intentional year I've ever had, genuinely, in terms of who I surround myself with, how I show up on the daily, how do I want to treat other people. Like I'm super mindful and intentional about it, and I'm seeing the growth, and I'm just super grounded in the journey of just becoming. And I want you to really reach for the stars because your dreams should scare you. Because I've grown so much in these 2-3 months from just having goals and dreams that scare the shit out of me. Y'all, I wake up every day like, oh my God, bro. Oh my God, like how I'm gonna get people to my event. Why would somebody listen? Why would somebody care? How can I bring value to these people? What if I don't have enough to talk about? You know? And I'm realizing, like we were literally today at the film festival, and literally next thing you know, I'm interviewing Vonnie and Danny, bro, like interviewing them. And Danny goes, bro, you always have a mic in hand. And I'm just like, it's crazy sometimes how if you stay on the path, opportunities find you, or like little signs or things for you to keep going come on your way. And it's so funny because I'm doing the very thing that I avoided for so long, which is talking, because I was in my own way of what I thought other people would say about the things that I would say, or how people would view me because I chose to speak up. Yeah. But again, I really don't have time to make this video long, and I have to edit this same day and get it scheduled. So thank you guys for listening. I know this episode was kind of all over the place, but I hope it was helpful. And thank you guys for the support. And I will see you on the next one.